And a great big hey howdy hey to all my goofy goobers out there. Welcome back to Animanic Commentaries with Comic Ozzy.
And Disney.Fanatic. Hello, everybody.
And tonight we're going to be returning to the world in the kingdom of Arendelle. Arendelle with an N, because I don't know how to speak. With Frozen 2, the second one.
The second one.
I didn't know what to say. I kind of got caught up in a lot of math.
Frozen 2, the second part. No, wait, that's another movie franchise. Just
so much math. I'm trying to do math. Math. It's not easy. Anyway, but so Frozen 2: The Search for More Money. Frozen the Flame. Again, can't talk. But yeah.
Well, it worked in The Search for More Money.
You done messed up, Aaron Dell. But yeah. I think you've mentioned, honey, that you like this movie better than the first one.
Oh yeah. I mostly just the songs feel so much more mature, and the storyline does as well. And I mean mature as in emotionally mature.
That's definitely fair. Yeah, you definitely managed to do that a lot better than Ralph Fricks the internet. But all in all, I do think that this film does have some improvements on the original. But once again, I also find that there are some deleted scenes and plot threads that would have made the movie better that they decided to cut out altogether. But, I mean, we'll get to that when we actually get into the movie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I also felt like it would have distracted from the main story a little too much.
I mean, you say that, but that's, well, you know.
It's already a really long movie.
That's why you gotta work these threads together. If they can't work these threads together, well, then usually they decide to cut them, but like that, it's like, but what you cut may make the difference between like a more interesting movie and then a more confusing movie. Which is, confused is definitely how I felt the first time watching this film. And I think I've watched it very sparingly since. But I did watch it more than once, so I'm definitely more familiar with this film than, say, oh, I don't know, Fox and the Hound, which I barely watched. Or The Rescuers, which I barely watched. Anyway, but I think there's no reason beating around the bush any longer, so I think we should go ahead and get started. Get set for synchronization. Look in the corner for your nation. Everybody look, synchronization. Synchronization. All right. As soon as you all have your copy ready, go ahead and get your fingers ready, because we are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. And here we open with some...
Very wide aspect ratio here.
It is.
I mean, it's the same chant, but it's a different arrangement of it.
Indeed. Whoop, sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Well, at least it was during the logo. You cut me off.
Sorry. Hit the wrong button.
I think it also helps that they had the first movie songwriters come back.
Easily helps, you know, maintain a
it's
familiarity.
Not something that happens a lot in the Disney sequels.
No, but I mean, when you talk about the Disney sequels, what frame of reference do we mostly have? Is direct to video or Toon Disney joints?
And Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, the second one didn't really have any songs.
And we actually get their names. Remember? Does a giraffe make? Every time I'm playing giraffes with kids, I'm like,
What sound does a giraffe make? Mm-hmm. All right.
And so the queen in this movie, that's kind of implying that this is the same night that everything went down.
Yeah, it definitely is. Which is one way of going about it.
A little Anna holding her air.
Now that was pretty transition there.
Yeah, now I told you they took a little bit of this idea when making the Frozen Broadway show. You know, where the mom was, spoiler alert, which she was Northuldra.
Which is definitely not a bad angle, because there are some things that are improved by...
I will say that there's been criticism on how the Somme people are portrayed as more Alaskan than actual Somme. No, they would have looked more like, you've seen Klaus, that little girl.
Yeah.
Like, they would have had much more color. Their clothing would have been much more colorful. They wouldn't have. I mean, there could have been variety among it, but you know, it's like they made them more Inuit, which is a different part of the world.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distance.
Sam taking out the deleted scenes of the parents meeting, because then it's a little more
ambiguous.
Yeah, a little more ambiguous, and then we're like, oh, wait a minute, that's the mom. Because look, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look like the mom. Do make it very subtle that he really didn't see what had happened.
True.
Yeah.
So he's just not certain of what happened.
Yeah, and he was a kid, so he wouldn't have been in the loop of what his father was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of explains his parenting a little bit too. Oh,
Yeah.
God, the fact that she lands right in her mommy's lap. I don't think these parents ever fully processed their trauma.
Alfred Molina as the king. I don't get why they didn't just bring back Maurice LaMarche. Maybe he was busy with something, but...
I know the mother in here is Yvonne Rachel Wood. Some of you may know her from Strange Magic. I mean, obviously they had to replace the kid voice actors because by now they're way older and wouldn't sound the same.
Yeah. For the kids, it makes sense that they don't quite sound right. This is like, you can't. It's like they were literal kids, and now it's been so long since the first movie.
God, they're so cute.
They are very cute.
Okay, so what I want to say about the songs, the thing about Frozen 1 is that there may be like one or two where you're like a shrug that like Frozen Heart and Fixer Upper were like, meh. Yeah. But for me, every one of these songs just hits. And I can hear them over and over again, and I don't get tired of them.
I can certainly agree. And another thing that I just noticed is that they actually altered the mother's design to be less of an exact, like, copy-paste of Elsa, but with different hair. It's like... Obviously, she still looks very much like her, but it looks like they made some small adjustments to make the characters look slightly different, and I think that helps.
Oh God, and it's nice seeing them being actual parents here.
Yeah.
But still, you couldn't, that whole story is something you could have said, like, by the way, that was your mother, and that might explain why you have powers.
But that never would have. It's like, then you have to think about that. It wouldn't have never been brought up in the first movie because it was brand new material. They hadn't even. It's like it didn't technically exist. Like, she technically wasn't Northuldra because they didn't write it. But now we have to deal with that consequence. It's like, you think they would have brought that up sooner.
There's a mother full of memory. God, yeah, see, the more I hear this song, I'm like, damn. Okay.
And we're setting up a lot as well. Like, we're setting things up really well.
I know. Here. The first time you hear it, oh, what a sweet lullaby. And then you hear it again after watching the movie, like, oh my God, wow.
Yep.
It really set a lot up.
This is that's such a pretty dress.
And she's yeah. I still can't get over the clothing designs in both movies. Like, they just make them better too. And I didn't think they could get better from the first movie, but they did.
And they made some minor adjustments to this guy's. Like, I can see more texture in his face. Definitely works really well. And they also. I love that
this is set in autumn. This is set in autumn versus the other one being summer / winter.
A nice color palette adjustment. Everything is in autumn. Like, we get much more. She's got
like this acorn colored dress.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the only indication we got that Elsa's power's gotten strong enough. He doesn't need the flurry all the time.
Mostly, it was more so a justification that they wouldn't have to,
Yeah. Also, he's much icier. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got little snowflakes. In his skin, so
that's
what I mean?
that's the permafrost they were talking about, like the magical effect.
Even Olaf sounds slightly more mature, but still, Olaf.
Very goofy.
I wish I were ancient like you one day. Oh God! And you know what? The fact that this movie came out right before the pandemic,
right? Well, I mean,
this song is pretty much like pre-pandemic.
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
We're doing this in the middle of fall too, when everything changes. As they're building and painting, as tree falls down. Not all the changes are bad. I mean, like,
yeah. And I love the way they're using the medium of animation within this song. Old stone wall that'll never fall, and as soon as she says that, it's the stone falls, and it's like, that was a nice match cut there.
Yeah, but we are getting with some changes here.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's wearing this. I know they're like, I mean, the fact that he's a reindeer, look, his outfit even matches Anna.
Yeah.
Hey, Oaken. I guess this is your summer fall gig. God.
Yep.
Bottle of poetry book or something. You see, they match. They look so cute.
And this song definitely fits the same. Like, the Mother's song, like, is like this version of Frozen Heart, and this is this film's version of For the First Time in Forever.
Yeah. And here she's like, I'm feeling restless, but I also don't want to leave my sister now that our relationship is good, finally.
She says she can go out and seize this day.
Yeah.
As she backs into the shadow, there's a lot of creative use of the visuals being opposed to the lyrics. Which is really
here's
smart.
A fun moment. Look, Olaf.
Yeah.
The first time that happened in the theater, I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, let's be fair. If Broadway stage can do it, animation can do it as well, like in spades.
And it's so subtle too, because then you see the other kids going by, like, oh right, he's talking to the kids.
Yeah.
Our flag will always fly.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah,
that girl's gonna be a navigator someday. And little Anna's, yeah, she's holding on tight to the people she loves.
Yep.
But seriously, that's like,
Yeah.
that was like me, and then COVID hit, and like, that's all the more reason why I go back to Frozen 2, because then months later, I'm like, God, I am living in Frozen 2. Like Disney didn't even know. Yeah, remember, because he couldn't read before. Mickey! Elsa just like shrug. But
Yep.
and you know, Elsa's still socially awkward in a way.
Yep.
I'm Olaf during charades. It's like, oh no, now my turn.
Oof.
I love how she's wearing like these royal purples, and yeah, she starts out like purple and very regal attire, but still kind of in a similar style to what she wore at the end of the first movie. It's like a transition there. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and we also got the portrait of that guy back there. What's his name?
Lieutenant Matthias.
And the dad.
The king as well.
Grandpa,
The
I mean.
grandfather.
Oh, I just realized that the grandfather has red hair, so that's where Anna gets it. Oh, God. Kristoff, wrong time.
They had a whole song. They had a whole song.
Yeah, but then they would have actually ended up engaged, and
no, that's the. Okay, but that's the thing.
no, but I kind of like how it's like she's kind of unintentionally ignoring him, right? And I mean, obviously she doesn't know he's proposing.
True, that is true.
So then Kristoff's kind of feeling this inferiority, like, wait, like, is she losing interest or? Oh God!
Love the lighting here. So they've got the cold outside, the nighttime, and then they got the warm light inside, and like you say, it's like autumn. There's the sunset colors right here between Anna's hair and the very warm pinks.
Aw, this is so cute. It makes me wish I had a sister, honestly.
It's just.
Oh, and even doing what Mom did. Yeah, that actually does soothe children. Like you just stroke your finger right on the bridge, right in between their eyes, on the bridge of their nose. I don't know why. It really does soothe them.
Of course.
And their personalities are still pretty intact.
And many memes would be born from these visuals.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they still have the same personalities, but you see just how their relationship has gotten so much better in the 6 years. But at the same time, Elsa's feeling this little restlessness. Like maybe she is not where she belongs. Now here's the song I would hear over and over again because I was working at the movie theater at this time and people left the doors open. So I heard the song like 1,000 times before I actually saw the movie.
I love this gesture here. The little shrug. I love it.
Denial.
Right. And yet, I love the way this is framed. I love the way she's just singing out her.
I wonder if somebody's listening. Like, what is that racket?
Shut up! I'm trying to sleep.
And she just gets further and further away from the castle.
She's pushing. She's pushing because she's like
same lake she ran across too. Not lake, but important water again.
Yep. And off into this honestly very beautiful visual, just having her on the pitch black background and letting all the magic lights like just illuminate everything and nothing.
Dad. There's just more to notice the more you watch this movie. Yep. Fire and
yep.
And then water, foreshadowing, and earth, and
air.
Air.
Long ago, the 4 nations lived in harmony.
And you know, people are saying that, you know, like, but isn't ice just water? Like, well, think about it. She has the ice, but she also controls the wind, and the weather's dependent on on the earth as well.
Well.
Air, water, heat, and earth are components of weather.
These crystallized powers. Ooh.
She's doing. She thought she was just singing her heart out with a bunch of crystals. And then the fire and everything going out of whack. Woof. It's like, get out of here. See how the wind is intentionally pushing them all out?
Yep. Yeah, everyone.
And the earth is pushing them out too.
Up and away. And off it goes.
Foreshadowing again. You know what? And that's contrasting to what Hans did before. She was out.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's interesting the way they're trying to go about this. I think
they're definitely trying to communicate a lot more than they did in the first movie.
from a storytelling perspective, they're that's one way of putting it.
Let me see what I could. What? Okay, what was that line? These troll guys aren't omniscient. They know some stuff, but
we're establishing a lot out of the gate.
okay, seriously, it's like Disney had some self-fulfilling prophecy. They had no idea what was going to be happening in 2020 and then 2021 and everything going forward. And yet somehow it's so relevant to what happened after this came out. Yeah. Oh my god, what the? I just saw his outfit. Like, what?
Yep. That was a very different line in the trailer, proving that the story had been like hacked up and like shuffled around. It may be true in a magical world, Olaf. It's just no. It works for the movie, but it's like that's not actually true. Water doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Yes, because the water comes from the rain and then it's evaporated again and seen all the places.
So water doesn't remember. Water doesn't have water. Water makes up the human brain, but water is not a human brain or any kind of brain for that matter.
You don't get metaphors, do you?
Good lord.
Yeah. I love Anna's hair in this movie too. I mean, I know I keep saying I love their hair, but look at Anna. It's just such pretty redhead, and the hairdo is
very nice.
It's less pinned up. It's a little more open.
We're already.
Again, their outfits. Their outfits. Mm-hmm. Look, now Elsa's in the blue.
Yep. They've returned to palettes similar to the first film. There we go, Olaf.
Olaf.
Well, look at that.
And it only opened when she reached out. Interesting, huh?
Uh-huh. And off they go into the actual unknown. This is actually really well done. It's like the literal wall of clouds.
Okay, he makes it sound foreboding, but
which here's the thing though, like there were things that were in some of the original drafts that would lead to that idea.
They do transform though.
Oh yes, yes, yes. More autumn, more orange, more red. Again, very pretty.
No, what it means is water memory is the idea that water can retain a memory of substances that were previously dissolved in it, even after many dilutions. So excuse me if they're taking that idea and putting some magical aspects into it.
They're taking it pretty literally.
Well, why not? It's magic. And water in history has been related to memory and change. So
exposition.
But it's important exposition. Like he's already noting, like, well, if that broke, it will wash away everything here. Yeah. You're really finding the wrong timing, hun.
Yeah.
It makes it fair. She's kind of afraid of losing people. I mean, hello.
Kristoff? What are you doing? Good lord.
Oh, Kristoff. Yeah, bad timing, dude, though. Maybe get through this first.
That is an excellent question.
And here's the song that I believe our songwriters really took some from the Sherman Brothers, because it sounds a lot like Everything Is Honey.
Yeah, it does have a very Winnie the Pooh vibe. It's like, especially when we get those like low, like the oboe and shit, or what is it, bassoon? Some really low woodwind.
The water and the earth and the air and everything just dropping on him. I bet every person named Samantha is like, hey. God.
And the animation in this sequence is really good too.
This is like every kid watching this movie, though. Now, here's something interesting about Olaf here is that he's a very optimistic character, but and he's trying to keep that optimism through that scary stuff.
He's trying.
Kind of in a Snow White-ish kind of way. Except unlike with Snow White, it's a lot more addressed.
I love this shot here. Oh, he's dead. No, it won't.
Like you're going through a potentially... he did an aerial pose.
The animator on this sequence had a lot of fun. Well, off he goes.
It's like every kid watching this movie and like, there's some scary stuff happening. I understand when I'm older. He likes you.
Spin, spin, spin.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, they really were foreshadowing a lot of stuff.
Well. And this is where it all starts and coming to fruition.
Sven. Yeah, that's what he means by water as memory.
Cute.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
No, definitely not. There's the flute or whatever instrument they're using for that little voice is just really cute. Damn if these frozen moments aren't just very beautiful to look at. Spooky. But it is a sword. So, you know.
You guys, look, they weren't saying it literally like remembers like the brain does. Just
anyway.
Yeah. And you know, it's magic. We can take inspiration from But I just want it. Anna, just casually. Like, listen up for a second.
Hello.
Now that I have your attention.
Excellent question.
And here's one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Oof, I love her reaction to it. You know, it's like there's some very funny stuff going on here.
How much of this was improvised?
Probably a lot.
Have you seen the shorts on Disney Plus where he sums up other Disney movies?
Yeah, I have.
They're so fun.
And yet they decided to take up like a whole minute and a half for something like that, as opposed to another musical number that would have like given Kristoff something to do in this movie.
But it's fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I know it's fun.
Meanwhile, people in the chat are saying, I wish we had more of this.
which sucks.
Oh, because really got more of the mommies' faces. Sure, I'm sure Anna and Elsa filled them in. Remember, it's been 6 years. I'm sure that what. Yeah. Well, oh, Olaf is going through loss of innocence here.
Olaf's not handling it very well.
And it's a
At
trope
the moment.
in in stories, loss of innocence, when a child grows up. That's Jason Ritter. Gravity Falls.
Yep.
No, it hasn't been 3 years. Oh well. Oh wait, it has been 3 years. Oh, okay. Well, still, it's been a while. Like, come on, my friends, let's go.
Up they go.
I can't get over how well the reindeer are animated in this movie. They look so fuzzy and cute.
So fluffy.
Okay, this wasn't her pushing you away, but look, it's a fire that you can't really fight against here. She can. She has ice.
Fire. 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 Got him. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Cornered.
I like that.
No.
It's like you hit me.
Little gecko.
I'm just gonna. And this thing is so cute.
I think a fire lizard makes it.
Pascal's long lost fire cousin.
It's like you think like a fire lizard like needs to be warm blooded. Do you think it could still be cold blooded? It's a lizard. It's on fire.
Yeah. You don't realize that cold-blooded lizards do need heat, but this is a magical lizard, so
It's a magic lizard that produces its own fire. It's probably fine.
Oh, and now she's finally talking to animals. She's yeah. That is so cute.
It licked its own eyeball.
Implying that the spirits hear the call. Let's go. Let's go.
Just jumped. Whee! Animals. So...
More nostalgia than these people do. Like, seriously, look up the look up their traditional costumes. Now, why didn't you tell them at least that much?
Well,
that baby reindeer is so cute.
Yep.
Ooh. Nature speaks, and they listen.
Hello.
And
now we're contextualizing the choir that we hear at the beginning of both the films. No kidding.
oh yeah, if I had a nickel for every time Disney film with blowing leaves representing nature speaking, I'd have 2 nickels. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of colors of the wind. Honey Marin should have had more. That's what I think. The kids are always tearing him apart. Yeah. Okay, Dipper, you really don't know anything about women. And Chris has found a bro. Your dad wasn't Scar, was he? I had to make the joke. Oh,
I love how they've established that for him, which does play in later, which I love it.
there's a reason people ship these two.
Yeah.
This better happen in Frozen 3. Although, I shouldn't get my hopes up too high. No, reindeer baby. Rock-a-bye baby on the tree. Yeah. Yeah. Why do we traumatize our kids with songs?
I don't know.
Every time I sing Rock-a-bye baby, I'll finish with, and down will come baby, cradle and all, but on a soft pillow so you don't hurt yourself. That's my ending to it. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to let you fall.
Love the way that they've approached like the physics that they have going for like the trees simulations going on. It helps to portray like a really like massive weight and size to these things, aside from their lumbering slow steps.
She very well could have if Anna hadn't stopped her.
Hmm.
Miscommunication. Oh, miscommunications. He's found a bro. You really should have checked that it was her. Ginger sweet.
Yeah. Did he just kind of... I mean, do you?
This is probably my personal favorite song. Because believe me, Kristoff was robbed of his own big song in the last movie.
That is true. This is this is a trip right here.
Oh, my dad was like laughing crazily in this part. My dad's a real woodland animal person. He loves wolves. He loves deer.
Yeah.
So when this started happening, but, it's so fun because have we ever had a song like this in Disney before? I mean, outside of like High School Musical.
Probably not.
Make this look like this 80s rock ballad. And like musical transitions at all.
The colors here are great, and good lord.
Plus,
that was a nice.
We need to show some male vulnerability.
Yep.
And I commend Jonathan Groff for doing all the harmonies. Why do people not like this song? It's so fun. It's catchy. It's heartfelt.
I'd say that some people like don't like this song in the fact that it's not that it doesn't convey his emotions, but that it is really It's like for a pair of musical theater songwriters, they actually legit wrote a pop song. But the bad thing is that they actually legit wrote a pop song.
Rock song, there's a difference. Rock song, there's a difference. And why not? Because they did in the first movie.
Well, what rock song did they do in the first movie?
Love is an Open Door.
Well, that one felt actually like it was a musical theater number that the specific character voices were getting across, but here it feels like anyone could have sung this song. The lyrics are pretty vague.
Wondering if you still care. No, it's not. It is. It's oh god. And the Bohemian Rhapsody reference.
That definitely made me laugh the first time I watched this. The first time. It's very well done, though.
I'm lost in the woods. I cannot stop listening to this song. And that shot there. Okay, see, you've read at least most of my book. This is pretty much how, like, this is how, like, it felt like this is how Asher feels about Lila. So maybe that's why it resonated with me. It's like, because I made a character kind of like this already. Really break through the silence there, Olaf.
Good lord.
Yeah, I actually ended up singing "Lost in the Woods" a lot in our Camp gameplay yesterday because it's like, okay, now to get lost in the woods. Like, well, it's the same design as that sunken ship in The Little Mermaid. There were people theorizing before that that sunken ship was maybe their ship, but I guess now it's disproven, and also disproven the outlandish theory that Tarzan was
Yeah, because those boats look
brother.
nothing alike.
Olaf.
Woof.
Yeah, Olaf going through some stuff here too.
Getting some.
It's a very, very good point, Olaf. No, it was pretty outlandish. Like Tarzan's parents look nothing like their parents.
Nope.
Yeah, they were really trying to find answers. In the Broadway show, they actually had them say, "Should we go?" Like yes, we got to find answers for Elsa about Elsa's powers.
And this is probably the smartest thing they do with that whole thing. It's just such a great scene.
Again, people are saying that well, ice is just still water, right? Like, well, not it's not just the ice. It may be her most prominent element, the water with the ice, but what she controls is the weather, which uses all the elements.
Oof. Good
Olaf
lord.
here. Ooh, yeah, it really branches my heart seeing like the most optimistic character kind of going through some shit of his own too.
Yeah. I love the.
Oh God! Ouch! Okay, Elsa does have a really good point though, but she also has a good point. you here, but she does also make a point that, like, I don't want you to die.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Anna can't go with Elsa. Because you see where she has to go, right?
And there we go.
Damn. She doesn't even question that. It's like, yeah, give me a hand.
Ow.
He's growing up.
Yep. No, poor kid. No. He's pointing at her. I love that. Whoops. Big boys.
Yeah, Olaf represents Anna and Elsa's bond.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's also like to represent the kid audiences who've been growing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they've done a pretty good job at bridging the gap between. Love the way the nostrils flare. That was really well done. Oh boy.
Just around
Off they
the
go,
river
off they go.
bend.
Oof. That'll be cold.
Ooh. I mean, he's a snowman, so.
Yeah.
Oh, but her, on the other hand, ugh. Risk of hypothermia. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, Anna is very resourceful. They really keep that in character with her.
Yeah. This is the scene that was
and here we go.
all over the teaser.
Good reason. Look at that. Look at those shots. And apparently the animators had to make a model for Elsa's feet when they realized they never had to animate her feet before.
The things you don't think about needing, but then you eventually need them, and it's like, well, darn, why didn't we think of this?
Okay, all right, let's analyze some of this scene from a lifeguard swimming instructor perspective.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Okay. Now, don't try this at home, kids, because you don't have ice powers. Ooh. This is really epic stuff.
Up and through.
But yeah, like anytime I see kids and they say that I ask, what's your favorite movie? And they say Elsa. It's not the movie, but okay. Okay, let's see. Oh God, she really is doing the breaststroke. Yeah, I had this kid. Oh yes, do the breaststroke arms to get yourself up.
Up we go.
And the treading water. And some front crawl. I'm sorry. Yeah. Kids started doing breaststroke arms to get down to the ring at the bottom of the pool, and I'm like, where did you learn how to do that? Because I haven't taught you that yet. And he said, oh, that's what Elsa did in Frozen 2. Like, oh man, well, they're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Because those are the breaststroke arms. Very useful for getting yourself down and getting yourself up.
They had a very different angle on the water knock here. Where there was you had to be honest with yourself, and then it would let you ride. Which was built from...
About this is that it's kind of like Elsa taming her own inner storm that she's been fighting all her life. And sometimes you gotta just get through the storm.
But of course, there would have been some follow-through with that. It's like, if they did, like, you have to be honest. It's like, she had to be honest that she did not like... that she was not satisfied with her life as it was.
Defeat the elements differently. Well, not defeats, more like tames the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Roll credits.
Title drop, take a shot.
Now, everyone was like crazy about Into the Unknown, but I honestly love this song of Elsa's better. It made me cry the first time.
Yep.
They couldn't release this ahead of time because it would have spoiled stuff. Arriving. Oh, and she lets down her hair.
God,
again.
that is beautiful. The way they painted that ice.
And this is probably why her weather powers ended up coming out as ice.
Also love the way this song builds. It's just great.
Yeah. And the way it's like she was trying to find someone who was like herself, but and like as much as the other was like, well, maybe it's just that I get it a lot more.
Woof. And here comes our escalation and visuals too. Like, we're just boom, boom, boom. Just.
But she's also at the same time going deeper into the glacier. Digging down deep.
Yep.
She's ascending and descending at the same time. Almost sending, Miles Morales way.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's looking for the fifth spirit like somebody else, but that show yourself is. There we go. The wind. No. That was the earth. That's the fire.
There's the
There's
water.
The water.
And the earth is coming up next.
There we go. And she doesn't even realize what's happening here.
No.
That they're surrounding her. Mirroring back to the no right, no wrong, no rules for me part.
Yep.
And then that it was her mother's voice. God. Oh God, here come the tears again.
Aww.
Oh.
Oof.
Let's see, got the wind and the water.
They definitely built a much better story for Elsa.
I'm crying. Like, do you know why I'm crying at this? Do you know why I'm crying? It's like she'd been looking for somebody else like her when really, like, she just had to accept herself, and she saw that her mom, learning about her mom and how her mom accepted her. God. God. Obligatory Alan Tudyk cameo.
Good lord.
And look at the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Little Mermaid. It was a Little Mermaid. Yeah. Yeah, no, because it's kind of in the similar vein of Moana, like learning about your ancestors and how, and learning about your past helps you learn about your present self. But there's also scary stuff about the past. Yeah, because
Which she would know from experience.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is like when white people learn about the the horrible things that their ancestors have done.
Oof.
Like, it's a hard thing, but the truth needs to be learned. Yeah, colonialism, yes. Not colonism, colonialism. And yet Anna was kind of right that this was a risk.
Oof.
And now she's frozen.
Yep.
Now the theory is that she actually died here, so so then when she comes back, she actually does come back as a spirit.
Ooh. Oof.
So I think a lot of American audiences have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly the white ones. Yeah, and you saw how the elements were just pushing them all out, like, get out of here, go.
Leave.
Oh, God. Oh, but... And this is what happens when you're the one everyone looks to for the bright side.
Yeah.
Then you're like, bright side? Like, because even the optimistic ones will feel fear and sadness. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, this broke my heart the first time. Also, though, like the same year that, or like, no, a year after Infinity War came out, where everybody just...
You're just like blowing dust in the wind. Ooh, boy.
God. Like you were there for me when I was freezing to death. Oh God.
Oh.
I did not think I was going to be watching Olaf die when I came into this movie, you know?
I don't think anybody was expecting this.
And I'm like, what?
Good lord.
Really like warm hugs, like just, and it just every single second just gets worse. And look, no, and look, the light went out.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
But look, see,
Mm-hmm.
Gale collects Olaf's little flurries. Oh,
No. Oh.
the flowers on there like
Ah.
like a grave. And
Poor
then
little guy.
remember how I said that Disney unintentionally made this relevant to 2020? And here's a song that did not need to go that hard, but it did.
Very true.
I mean hard emotionally. This is autistic writer's favorite song. That's fair. This is great message about mental health. Yes, or like anytime everyone's had to deal with a death or traumatic event.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it never becomes any easier, no matter how many times you lose somebody.
No. My old friend. That was,
Don't.
It was too easy.
I know it's too easy. And the fact that she's in dark clothing right now.
Mm-hmm.
God. So, you know how, yeah. Like, she lost her sister, she lost her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about this is it's not overly optimistic either. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
it's not even telling her to stop crying either. It's just, you must go on. The next.
Oof.
As we've been leading up to this whole point,
Mm-hmm.
this whole movie. God. Can you remember a Disney song that ever went this emotionally devastating?
Hmm. I mean, Hunchback would probably come pretty close.
Okay, fair, yeah. Oh God. And the way she stumbles as she rises too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so real. And the acting too from Kristen Bell. God. Wow.
Yeah, it's just cut.
You know, I felt this way after I lost my grandpa in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't get enough credit.
That was framed very nicely.
All out of the hole. The fact that she was already in a pit too. God. that this is the song that doesn't have as many elaborate visuals.
It's about the emotions of the moment.
I know, and it works so well.
It's very solid. Well, here we go. Ooh, boy.
And Anna learns to let it go. Well, no, she didn't let it go. She's carrying it.
She's carrying it forward.
Yeah, she's carrying the grief and using it to do the next right thing. That's what she said. Like, yeah. It's like, we shouldn't ignore our sadness, but instead of letting it hold us in one place for so long, let it carry us forward to the next step.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, eat your heart out, Snow White, with the smile on a song thing.
Be fair, they needed that during the Great Depression. It's very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
It shows you how Disney has changed so much in the way they tell their stories and show their characters.
Off they go. Umpity thumpity bumpity. Welcome back.
Yes, like, forget about the proposal. Just be there for your girl in the moment.
Let's just move forward.
Yeah, well, he was trying to move forward, but he was thinking a little too far ahead and not, like, thinking of moving forward right in that moment. And that's how this fits in here.
I mean, true, but yeah, we'll look at that.
Yeah, Kristoff's supportive. What was it that Psychology Cinema? It's like, is Kristoff the perfect man? Probably.
It was like his father told him, "You may never know. Life will throw you a curveball."
In this case, literal curveballs.
Yep. There you are.
We have to break down a bridge to build a new one. Yeah, I feel like this movie doesn't need a villain.
No. The definitely don't.
Well, if there was a villain, it was colonialism.
Yeah.
And speaking of generation, wait, was this a generational trauma before we started? Was this the first instance of generational trauma we were dealing with?
No, I think we could go further back than that.
No, I think we're getting into the modern era of generational trauma.
And cop out. That was a total cop out. Like, I think you really...
Not really.
I think you really feel the hand of the writer there. That was not...
Not so much because her... I mean, we showed that she has the ice powers. We showed she tamed the water horse.
No, that's...
And there's Oaken with his husband.
That's not really my point. It's not that Elsa could do it. It's that it pretty much goes against what the story... But the consequences of their actions, the price, the debt that needed to be repaid. And they basically chicken out of it.
What if so then what but so then Elsa saves no one?
No. They already
Well then what does Elsa do?
They saved everyone from the... What do you mean, what does Elsa do?
That is so sweet.
Yeah. They've been there for a while. I mean, if we couldn't have unity then, maybe we can have unity now. And darn well try anyway. Round and round and round they go.
Rainier gets to running in the open fields for the first time in a while.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
But yeah, this movie does give closure for Anna and Elsa's parents. Castle would have combined North Uldra and Arendelle. Yeah, I don't get it.
The thing is, they set it up. They set it up that Arendelle would fall. Arendelle would need to fall. They even got everyone out of the city, like you said. The buildings? Fuck it. They can rebuild. That's kind of the point. You need to tear down the past and move forward. Nice to make her feel special without, you know, with the powers.
Yeah, you're right, Scrap. I agree with Elsa too. That Anna belongs more with Arendelle. Like a bridge has two sides. So please don't trigger her.
You see, he was made out of Christmas snow.
I don't know. I feel like if we'd combined both cultures, it would have been a little too pro-colonialism for me.
Yeah, but we still needed to... I think we still needed to tear down the walls, as it were.
Yeah, Anna and Arendelle shouldn't have to suffer for the mistakes of her grandpa. Good point.
If
yes.
nothing else, at least the castle. Everybody come back to the theater for Frozen 4 in development.
Frozen 4?
Oh yeah, no, they're in talks to do a Frozen 4 as well.
Yeah, yes, propose when everything's fine, okay? And she is the first Disney princess to accept a proposal on screen. Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Elsa being a spirit now and dying makes sense, because if she's a spirit, and why the crown is going to Anna now, I guess. What led? No, I mean, rulers can abdicate. She doesn't have to die for Anna to be queen.
Right.
Being queen. Yeah.
Ah, you silly, silly boy.
And this is a good outfit too.
Yep.
Brother. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Ooh.
Hey.
Whoa. What was that line? Yeah. Believe it or not, there are a lot of photographs of that time where people actually do look like that. They're like, how am I supposed to pose? Uh Yeah, but I think it would have been fair not to not to make the North Aldra assimilate into their culture. Like, I mean, it's
Yes.
the woods are their home. They don't have to go. They don't have to go to Arendelle.
Yes, exactly. Like that much. That much I'm thinking. But I think the castle should have fallen as what it like symbolizes. You know.
Y'all think Hans might return in Frozen 3? I don't know. You haven't seen the Once Upon a Time explanation for Elsa's powers.
No.
It's actually, I'll be fair. It doesn't make more. It kind of makes more sense. But I do like how Elsa. I mean, she already felt. I mean, even the first movie, she like go out in the mountains, and she did feel comfortable out here. But now she is out in the wilderness, but she's not like totally isolated.
Mm-hmm.
That she's found herself in a better way than she did in the first movie. Yeah, she got a crew and possibly a girlfriend.
Possibly.
Time is not that different from Frozen 2 would think. No, it's very different.
Whew. You know, it's better than the first Frozen. Which honestly, I've said things about how Frozen did not establish things that they ended up paying off, like Hans being a bad guy, because they didn't set it up because that was not part of the original plan. Because they already had a villain, and it was Elsa. The song Let It Go being a much more upbeat, Hakuna Matata-esque like downfall for a villain. More so like going down a path that was not good for her, and that just led, like, power led. This film definitely did a lot better Like, this film did a lot better about, like, establishing things that weren't originally set up. Like, they actually managed to put things together so that it actually felt more connected from beginning to end. But again, it was at the expense of, like, you know, like, giving Kristoff anything to do. I mean, he's a main character. And again, they definitely cheaped out on, like, flooding the castle at the very least. You know.
I got disconnected. But I think I got the gist.
Yeah, both Frozen films went through production hell. It's like, yeah, they did.
Or maybe because I felt this one resonated with me a whole lot more emotionally.
Which
I don't know. Maybe,
yeah, no, I definitely believe so.
Like you could feel the female influence on this film a lot more.
For what it is worth, yes.
Yes, and again, the songs, I cannot get over them.
And compared to Ralph 2, it's better, yeah. I mean, well, that's a really low bar. It's like, if I don't like Frozen, I hate Ralph Wrecks the Internet, so it's like, that's, like, come on. Like, as far as being a better sequel, I'm pretty sure Rescuers Down Under is a better sequel than Ralph Wrecks the Internet. You kidding me?
Tudyk was also North Ulster leader and Gart. Okay. Yeah, the voice was Aurora.
Yeah, I think she's like a Norwegian singer or something.
Yep. Oh, she's 27 years old. She looks so young, though. Even these end credits remixes are fun.
For what it's worth, I feel as though it would have been, like, a little better if they'd actually managed to work in Kristoff's part. I mean, there were so many things that they restructured. Like, Anna and Sven and Kristoff didn't make it to the coast with Elsa, so they wouldn't have met the water knock. Except for the fact that Olaf did technically meet the knock, like, in the little puddle down there. But I feel like if they did stay with some of their original plan, that they could have, like, some things never change. It's about, like, how everything is totally normal. The song, you know, which everything is totally normal is already a song. You get my point, though. It's like, it's their normal. This is their normal right now. So from there, Kristoff proposes, and his whole arc was, like, it's like trying to come to terms with the, like, honest truth that he does not necessarily feel comfortable living in the cushy palace life. He's an outdoorsman. He loves spending time with reindeer and in the woods and the rough and the wilderness, and it's like this palace life just might not be for him. And maybe
they'll use that idea for Frozen 3.
I heard that.
Now
I heard that
now that Anna is gonna be officially queen.
I heard that as a notion. But the emotional weight of having him not being able to confront these emotions honestly, and that's why the knock tries to drown him, is a much better way of utilizing the magic within the emotional storytelling. Whereas if they bring back this plot point for Frozen 3, it's gonna be as bleh as the proposal plot was in this. And they basically stole that whole guy can't propose for shit from the Rescuers Down Under of all movies. And, like, I feel like that's another issue. Because they did this in the first film. The song Life's Too Short was removed because they restructured the way the characters were interacting with each other. They changed the background. No prophecy in this version, so we can't have that. So it's like, we'll change the lyric. But, like, that song had more punch. I had more interest in, like, the version of the characters that song was getting across. And the same thing with Kristoff having just the thing is, like, and the thing is, they propose at the front of the movie, right? That's funny. Nothing can go wrong. Like that like something in the lyrics goes like, ain't nothing bad gonna happen today, and it's at the front of the movie, so it feels like that's funny because we know everything is going to go wrong because you proposed at the front of the movie. Yeah, this is usually gonna go downhill from here, and then it would really, you know, test the waters of their relationship. And if they didn't feel that they had a place for Kristoff in this movie, then they should have, at the very least, worked him into a better plot than, like, failing to propose. Because some of the stuff he was saying, again, kind of like with Ralph in the second movie, it's like, I don't think Kristoff is this dumb, you know? You know what I mean?
No. I don't think he's dumb. I'm getting lost in the Woods song. Nope, you can't change my mind because then they'd have to delete this song and I love it too much. Anyway, questions going in the chat here about like why they had to do the direct-to-video sequels outsourced because Rescuers Down Under did not do well financially.
Yeah.
And I imagine they went back to theatrical releases with Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen was because their first movies were very financially successful. So they thought they could give it a try. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Weezer is singing this song right now. I don't even think they changed the lyrics. See, this is my point with this song. It's like, it's not a musical number. It's not really conveying something that you couldn't convey in any other radio hit. Now, I want to say that
are you saying a musical number cannot be rock themed?
No, I'm saying that... How do I put this?
Creative leadership.
If you put... Ron Clements. Nice.
You cannot make me hate this song. Don't
try.
No,
I'm not going to make you hate the song. What I'm pointing out...
You're about to.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say... is that the song? Here. This song was almost feels as though it was explicitly written with the intention that they would record a version for radio, which was this version. Like, this song. Specifically, even though it's actually sung by a character, so don't bring that Tarzan shit in here, squad. Even though it is sung by a character, it is just a generic radio song. Which come to the opposite, if I may. In Tarzan, the songs are radio songs, but are also very, very oddly specific in a way, where this song is way more vague. This song is way more vague than any of the songs in Tarzan. Like, were at all. Even the style of the song, even the rock ballad style of the song definitely gives it much more of a generic feel than it would have if the lyrics were more specific to Kristoff and his weird and awkward personality. Reindeers Are Better Than People is Kristoff's song. And that's what fits his character. He's a little awkward, he's an outdoorsman. You know, that's and
then you're on a different path than mine. I'm left behind. It's like it happened again. That is specific because that's what happened in the first movie.
Okay,
he was on a different path and then he was left behind. She had to go like yeah. I could catch up to you later. I'll always be supporting you. But
anyway, little moment.
I want to know how he did that. Oh God. Oh God. Because if you think about it, the same thing would have happened to them. They would have been flurried, and then they come back, and they'd be like, "Wait, what happened?" Yeah. So there we go. Like tie that
There's
into all the other snow creations.
Let's be again. No, you could say that On a Different Path again, right? And you're saying that's specific to the situation going on here?
You can't make me hate this song.
Not nearly as specific as I Want to Be Where the People Are, Gadgets and Gizmos Aplenty, or Beef Ragu, Cheese Souffle, Pie and Pudding on Flambe. Again, when I think musical number, I think really specific lyrics. When I think of a pop song or a radio number, I think, you know, general lyrics. Anyone could say these and they could apply it to their situation. It's not like we're talking about
this song to me, are you?
What?
You've broken my heart now. You're never singing this song to me, are you? You're breaking my heart now.
I don't hate the song. I just don't think it fits in this soundtrack, because a soundtrack of all musical numbers and then a pop song. I don't know. I don't think it fits.
We had a pop song in the first movie.
What pop song did we have in the... Okay.
Love is an Open Door was pop style.
You're again talking about a song that has a lyric that goes, I mean, it's crazy, we finish each other's sandwiches. That is really weird.
Oh, do you listen to that song?
I feel like it's not a... No. Again, you're talking about the style of the song, like the genre of music, whereas I'm talking about the general overall lyrics and how they play into, you know, how specific the song is to the given situation. Even the title, even the titles of the songs, like Love is an Open Door, which is very specific to the entire movie, and Lost in the Woods, which is so general when I thought of Into the Unknown, for some reason my brain, like, and that's not a problem with Into the Unknown. Into the Unknown's a great song, but when I thought of Into the Unknown, is that like, shit, it's like, because when I heard the title Into the Unknown, I was like, Into the Woods? And then there's Lost in the Woods, so Into the Woods. Anyway, no. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me. It's like I haven't been with this movie for a while, and yeah, I don't know. And I feel like I feel like the song cheated us out of, you know, his entire arc that was originally here, which was much more interesting. But you know, that can't be helped. Movie's fine. The movie's fine. You still there?
Barely.
Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Nothing I say will change this, so we're done.
Okay, well, thank you all so much for joining us. It's been a bit of a ride. Not nearly as bad as Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Definitely better than the first movie. And if you are viewing this after the fact, thank y'all for watching. And until next time, oh boy, okay, next week, yeah, good night everybody. This is gonna be a painful when we get to next week.
Bye.
Bye.